What movie?
Alright, so we just got back from the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire premiere, and I could not get out the door beforehand before being absolutely barraged by negative comments from critics and Ghostbuster fans alike. I even saw a rating that put Ghostbusters Frozen Empire lower than Madam Web. Moving on. So is this the worst Ghostbusters movie of the franchise? Absolutely not. You know, this movie is not The Shawshank Redemption, it's not Dune, it's not even The Dark Knight. They weren't necessarily going for an Oscar with this, but I will say the special effects were really, really great. The movie was absolutely incredible. It's a popcorn-eating, ghost-busting return to New York City, connecting the old team with the new team. I absolutely loved it. So I was really thinking about this coming out of the theater. Ghostbusters Afterlife was igniting the torch again after, 30 some years from the old movies. And then this movie, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, is really passing the torch. Afterlife wasn't passing the torch to me. It was reigniting the fire that is Ghostbusters, and this movie was absolutely the passing of the torch. We really got to see the old team interacting with the new team, and it was absolutely great. While it did feel a little bloated during the first parts of the movie, even to a lifelong Ghostbuster fan like myself, it laid a solid foundation for probably the next 10 to 20 years of Ghostbusters. So let's talk about things I didn't like. I will echo what a lot of critics are saying, the pacing. During the first part of the movie, I was like, all right, where are we going with this? But it was really laying the foundations for the whole movie and stories to come. So I really didn't care for the Casper-esque storyline with the girl and the match and the whole Phoebe connection there. I really wasn't sure where that was going, but it did end up paying off at the end of the movie, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. The next thing was the cast. I mean, while we had some really great additions, I thought there was just too many introductions and no real character development. I couldn't get attached to those characters because they just moved along so quickly. Kind of a lot compared to Afterlife, where there's kind of like 6 characters in the movie that we're really focusing on. Let's talk about the things that I loved, because overall, I really did love this movie. I loved Garaka. I loved the second and the third acts. Garaka was genuinely terrified, and I really loved how they got back to putting horror in this movie. There was equal parts humor as well as horror, and I really love that because Ghostbusters as a kid kind of scared me, and I loved how they got back to that, and there was a real genuine threat. Seeing more of the firehouse, I just love the set design on everything. Seeing more of Ray Occult's books, the library, and then the new headquarters. I just loved seeing all that new stuff. I'll probably have to watch it 1 or 2 more times, probably 5, 10 times. But just to pick up on everything, there was so much detail. I absolutely loved the set design. Ray Stantz and Winston Zeddemore, I loved the parts with Dr. Ray and Phoebe, getting back to that detective style ghost busting with Phoebe, and I think Dan Aykroyd really shined in this. And I loved that Winston Zeddemore is getting his flowers. He kind of got downplayed in the original movies, but he's the head of the Ghostbusters. He's funding everything, and I love how he's viewed as more so the leader now. And we can't forget about Janine Melnitz finally suiting up. I absolutely love that for Annie Potts. We've got another Ghostbuster movie. It's incredible. Don't listen to the critics. Go see this movie. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for joining me for another video, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.